High blood pressure, or what we call hypertension, is a condition where every time the heart pumps, it pumps out blood at a much more forceful pressure than it otherwise would.
Hypertension affects 1/3 of the adult population and is a major risk factor for many other diseases. It's known as a silent killer because it often occurs without any major symptoms or warning signs until a more serious problem arises.
Of all the things that age us, high blood pressure is the most important. Now that's stunning to most people, because who would think a little bit of extra blood pressure in your arteries will make a difference? Here's why it makes a difference. Your arteries are only designed to withstand a certain pressure.
Every time that heart beats, that wave of energy accelerates out of the heart and it just batters the blood vessels. And really what it comes down to is that battering is what tears them up. It tears up the lining of the vessels.
The damage to blood vessels as a result of hypertension can lead to a vast array of health crises, including atherosclerosis, or hardening of the arteries, which causes a decreased blood flow to the heart and the rest of the body. The damaged blood vessels, the increased blood pressure, and the decreased blood flow force your heart to pump harder to move your blood. The heart can become strained and enlarged, or patients can suffer angina, a heart attack, or heart failure. Hypertension can cause eye damage, including blindness, because the small vessels in the eyes can rupture or burst from the increased blood pressure. It's also the leading cause of chronic kidney disease and stroke.
After I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, the doctors were really concerned. They told me, I remember an Army doctor looking me right in the eye and saying, "You could have a stroke today."
History of hypertension, high blood pressure?
Getting your blood pressure checked regularly and keeping an eye on the levels are the first steps to avoiding more severe consequences. An optimal blood pressure reading is 120/80 or below. The first number measures the pressure in your arteries when your heart beats, called systolic pressure. The second number measures the pressure in your arteries between beats, or diastolic pressure. Doctors agree there is no good kind of high blood pressure, and even a few millimeters of mercury above normal greatly increases your risk for a more serious condition, like a stroke.
My beloved, as we're just looking at the video that was talking about the blood pressure being a silent killer, the doctor has explained everything in that video, so I don't have to go back and repeat it. The only thing I'm going to emphasize is on the signs of a stroke, so people would know what are the signs of someone that just stroke out from the high blood pressure, which is fast. F stand for face, A stand for arm, S stand for speech, and T stand for time. So face, when we're speaking about face, when you want to recognize that someone just had a stroke, you will look for signs of droop, facial droop, which is having an even smile, by asking them to smile, and you will look on one side of the corner of the lips. If it's drooping, then you know someone just had a stroke. On the arm side, you will ask for someone for signs of numbness and weakness. You will ask them to raise both of their arms, and if one arm goes down, then you know that someone just had a stroke. For signs of speech, you can give them a simple word like mom, baby, and if they're not able to say it, then you know that someone just had a stroke. And then time, which is the most important one, you have to see the time, the exact time that the person is showing those signs, so we can go from that time. And when we get to the hospital, we only have 4 hours to get the TPA started so we can save our beloved one. So those are the most things that I will ask you to be looking at it and be familiar with that, so you can help your beloved one life being saved as quick as possible before we get to the emergency room. As we just concluded with the time, my beloved one, we all remember our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, so please take care of your body, and God will bless you.